Hello guys! For today's video, I'm going to show you how to master dodge and burn tool in Photoshop. And these are techniques for enhanced detail. And also, we are going to dive deeper into using the dodge tool, discussing dodge tool options, utilizing burn tool, and discussing burn tool options. Now let's begin. So what is a dodge tool and a burn tool? A dodge tool lightens areas, while burn tool darkens them. They are both located here in the toolbar. This one that looks like a magnifying glass, that is just a pure white. So if I right click on it, you will also locate here the burn tool and the dodge tool. So the shortcut key of these tools are your letter O. And before I apply it on our canvas, I will just make a duplicate of this layer for us to see the before and after effect. Now let's brighten up some specific areas. Now let's go and select the dodge tool. And we can also adjust the brush size going up here. And also for the exposure. If I put this amount into the highest, the brush will be too heavy to lighten up our areas. Just like, for example, I set that to 100%. If I apply it, you can see it's too bright. So let's just undo this one. And then we can adjust this slider maybe to around 20 is fine for me. All right, 21, that's fine. Less exposure is better for using this dodge tool. So I'm going to apply it on this man's face. You see how it lightens up his face. Remember, less is more, and just use a light touch. Also, you can choose between highlights, midtones, and shadows using the dodge tool here on the range. So if I click on shadows, it will only lighten up those shadows. And of course, for the others, for the midtones, it will lighten up the midtones as well as for the highlights. Experiment with this option to achieve the desired effect. And by the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my video to other nerds like us. Now let's deepen shadows or intensify color. Now let's go to this tool, right click on this, and let's choose burn tool and adjust the setting. Adjust the brush size to around 500. And same with it for the exposure. We can just lessen it, right? And same with the dodge tool. You can also change the ranges. So it's just the same thing. You can just experiment that well too. Okay, so now I think my brush size is that small, so I'm gonna make it bigger. Because my plan here, we're gonna darken our background. Okay, so now this is fine. So I'm gonna start applying it on the background of this image. So I'll just keep on darkening the background so that our subject will appear. All right, and then I'm gonna change the highlights, make the brush bigger. And then let me just darken the edges of this image. And there you go. You can just experiment with these options to control effect precisely. And now I'm done applying the effects on our image. Now let's see the before and after. So that's the before and that's the after. The key mastery is practice. So experiment with the different photos and setting. And that is how to master dodge and burn tool in Photoshop. See you in the next video, guys.